Next step in the process is to put the flask around the trees so that I can fill them with the plaster of Paris. Again, it's very important that none of the pieces actually touch the side of the flask, because if they do, they won't fill. So you want to make sure that they are not touching anywhere on the sides of the flask. Okay, the next step is to put a collar around each one of these. And that collar is to keep the investment from running out when I do the vacuum to get all the bubbles out. It's also where I mark so I know what's inside the flask. Because in this case, because they're all three different sizes, that's not a problem. But a lot of times I'm running these the same size and they'll have different groups. So this one is 14 karat yellow gold. So I know that whatever's in here is 14 karat. I'm going to mark this sterling silver, and I'm going to do it as mix, because there's rings and earrings in there, so I know what I'm putting, how much metal in the flask. So this one is sterling silver, big, and this is the hounds, so H for hounds. Highly technical in the sense that, well, they give you all of these little formulas for weights and measurements. When you've been doing it as long as I have, I do it by eyeball. I go through about 300 pounds a year. Set and harden. It takes probably about an hour to harden. I want them to cure for about 3 or 4 hours. All right, this is a flask that I have already burned out and did not cast. But anyway, what you see here is where the metal will actually go up into the tree. And this is why this is called the lost wax casting process. When I put it into the burnout oven and bring the temperature up to about 1450 to 1500 degrees, all of the wax that was in that flask melts out and burns out. Hence the term lost wax casting process. The process itself has never been lost. It's been known from the ancient Egyptians, the pre-Columbians. It is still used today in just about every country on earth where where casting is done. Oh, they will stay in the burnout oven for about 3 to 4 hours to bring it up to temperature once I put them in. Anyway, the reason I bring them up to 1500 degrees is between here and the casting, and by the time I melt the metal, the flask have cooled to about 1200, which is about the right temperature that you want it at when the molten metal goes in so you can cool it and it hardens. So I bring them up, make sure it cleans all the wax out, and the temperature goes back down for the casting. Thank you. Have a good day.